Hey, welcome to Casablanca Cargo. This is Kathy, and this is my now new, new to, new to us Denim Dyed Journal Part One. Don't know if this is going to be a series because I just want to get it done. But anyway, I made a pocket, which actually turned into three pockets, and I've got four pin slots in the middle there, and yeah, that's what happened. I made three pockets on the back. Here's the inside now. I took some time to think about what I wanted to do. I want to make an elastic spine binding, elastic thread, because I believe in the magic and the power of the elastic binding. I really do, because it allows so much more freedom when you are creating your pages, especially in mixed media and collage art and things like that. It's so nice to be able to take the page out, work on it, and put it back. And also with this elastic binding, you can add pages, you can take out pages, you can move things around. It's sort of like a permanent setting in a temporary. I don't know what I'm thinking here. It's permanently there, but there's also freedom. So here I am taking a slightly thicker corrugated core piece of cardboard, and no surprise, it's from a chip box. Well, this is a nice thickness, but it is also likes to bend. It has the bends. So, not to be, put off by doing this, I got another piece of thin packaging cardboard, thinner than the chip box. And I'm going to first make the first three holes at the top and the bottom. So there will be three signatures, and I'm using my crocodile. You'll see here in a moment. Let me slow my roll and just let you take in what's happening here. If you've ever made an elastic binding, you know what's going on. You just try to line up your holes and figure out, well, I decided, one part was the top, but then after a while, just whatever, But with this crocodile now, I can set the gauge down there at the bottom so that when I find the hole through the center of the crocodile there, then every hole will hopefully be the same distance from the edge of the cardboard. And that works out pretty good. If you don't mess with the gauge, it should work. And so there we are. First six holes, and that didn't, hurt at all. And now I'm just going to layer a piece of cardboard on and see if that's the strength I'm going for. I'm using, at this point, the Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm getting to the bottom of the bottle here. So, oh yeah, and the scissors I used were the big chompy scissors. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Fiskars brand, and it cuts through a lot of stuff. And I used it a couple of Christmases ago to cut through a composition notebook for the first time using the scissors. And yeah, so those scissors have come in handy, and right now they help to get through that cardboard, the thicker cardboard. And it also cuts through boxes and like Amazon boxes and things like that. So I'm just going to trim around the thicker piece here. And even though I have a little dip there, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, it I don't know. It seemed to, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was strong enough. So I'm going to go back in and get my, I have to yank out those. They get stuck in there, but eventually they'll come out. The pieces sometimes get stuck in the hole that in the crocodile. And so I'm just gonna keep building up my thinner layers, and eventually I get to a point where I think, well, that and something else will be strong enough. Because I really want this to work. I don't want it to bend in the middle, or at some point in the binding. I want it to work. At this point, the glue was starting to seep out on the sides, and I tried to, grab it with a paper towel. But why not scan and subscribe? Look how easy it is. Just, you have your phone in your hand, whip it out. Or if you're on, a device that you can subscribe, go ahead. I make weird videos, maybe. I don't know. Are they weird? I don't know. Sometimes I feel they are. Anyway, back to the project. So this is now a layer on the other side of the thick cardboard, and now the fun begins, because the glue is seeping out, and it's any opening, any side, any punched hole, it's going to seep out now, and there it is. But I am impatient, so I'm going to continue. And here is some of the dyed cloth that I have left over from making the pockets. I'm going to cover now this binding spine, and I'm going to sew the last piece. I didn't want the binding, the spine to get too thick, but I don't want it to bend. So I'm going to sew the last thin piece of cardboard to the fabric, and then I will glue that to the thicker piece there, and it'll look like I sewed through it all. And I don't know. I don't think my machine could have handled all that thickness. It does really good, but I don't want to break it. So that's a way to kind of make it look like you've sewn through everything when you don't have an industrial machine, and give it a nice finish. And the glue now that I'm using is the Fabri-Tac. So I have to work a little bit faster with this, because it was bubbling. You set it on the desk, and the thing's like, oh, hey, I've been activated, and it bubbles up, and it's, yep. It's like I don't know, working with a a really irritating coworker, but you have to, because they have a special job that only they can do. Yeah, so there's my piecing together and sewing it on there, and you saw a little bit there, and I'll show you the front of it here in a moment. I didn't think I needed quite as much fabric on the back side. That's going to be glued down into the cover, so I'm just sort of eyeballing. I wonder how much I'm going to need and what am I going to do, so now it's just getting it wrapped around, and I thought maybe my gel pen would make a white mark, and it didn't, but it did kind of punch a little hole. So that helped, but it also got stuck in the crocodile, because before this I edited that part out where I was punching through the glued holes. I got stuck in the crocodile. Oh my. Because I'm impatient. And like, once I get the idea of, okay, now I know how I'm going to proceed. So then I just want to proceed. I don't want any more delays. I don't want any more hassles. I just want to I just want to keep going. So I don't know, are you like that, or are you more patient than I am? I'm going to glue and make a little, that other tool is I don't know what they call that, actually. What is that? It's got two metal edges, and one's thicker and one's thinner, and it's a rounded ball at the top, and I don't remember what they're called, but anyway, that's a pokey device, and I was using that to get the stuff out of the crocodile, and also to continue to poke the holes through all these layers because they wanted to self-heal. They kept closing up. Oh man, so there I am, just, wiggling that thing in there. Now, I was kind of worried about doing the sides here because they started to sort of not lay flat. But with the glue and feeling, well, it's going to be glued in, it's not going to move around, I'll just not worry about how pretty it looks on the back. And again, just gluing the extra side there and making sure the holes line up, because as the thickness of the cardboards, is that right? As it went thicker, the crocodile will not go through, at least this one, and I just didn't want to go get my desktop big bite crocodile. I just wanted, like I said, I'm impatient. I just wanted to get it going, get it through. So now I have strung up the elastic, and it's working pretty good. There, I made sure it was tight, as not too tight, but just right, and I hope that works. And again, with the fabric tack, and you can see it's just one knot in the back now, and I am going to press and pray, to let it stay. Oh my! But I think it's going to work. I'm going to let that spine coordinate in, and glue in there and all that. And now I've got almost a 3-inch spine. What was I thinking? I don't know. Now it's going to be a big chunky thing. And now, because it is now a rigid spine, the side is too short. I mean, God, I can't win. Now I guess I can win. I feel like now the cover, at least, is becoming the journal it was always meant to be. So stay tuned, and I will be with you again shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.